Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. Welcome to our second annual Partner with Edison Virtual Brunch. I'm Mike Schwab, president of Edison High School, and I'd like to kick off the program with a huge thank you to our generous sponsors who have helped make today possible. Our partner sponsors, Ferguson Wellman Capital Management and Fortis Construction. Our supporting sponsors, Becker Capital Management, Bora Architects, and Cunrath and Willard Insurance Services. Thank you to all of you. I'm honored once again to share the stage and co-host today's event with Maureen Manning, Edison's much-loved English and drama teacher.
Good morning, Mike. I'm thrilled to be back for our 2021 virtual brunch. Thank you for inviting me back again. And welcome to everyone tuning in.
It's a pleasure to be hosting our program with you again this year, Mo, and this is such a terrific opportunity to share Edison's story.
Well, I consider it a good sign when your boss invites you back to collaborate, so.
Well, Mo, it's not just me who thinks you are fantastic. Based on the feedback I hear from Edison students and faculty, it's pretty clear that you are an engaging, transformative English and drama teacher, not to mention a fan favorite from last year's event.
Ah, shucks. Well, I'm happy to hear that. That means a lot to me, especially considering how much I admire my colleagues at Edison. I feel so fortunate to work with a team dedicated to reaching and teaching students with learning differences. And I think you know how much I love our students and how much they inspire me.
Oh, I do, Mo. I was really grateful for the opportunity to visit a couple of your classes recently. One of my favorite parts was your pantomime wall exercise. Mo is really good at this, but I'm going to peer. But incredible. But students work together using their imaginations alongside their acting and problem-solving skills to overcome walls placed before them. Each team took a unique approach as to how they would break down these barriers. And watching our thoughtful young students collaborate with one another to overcome challenges feels like the perfect example of the work we strive to do at Edison.
Yeah, I love that lesson in drama. It's always a joy to see the students take what we're working on in class and connect those ideas to real world situations, and then watch them use those skills to build better relationships with each other, their teachers, and their families.
You and our entire faculty inspire me and make me proud to lead Edison High School, specifically aimed at helping students with learning differences find just those kinds of successes. At Edison, we welcome smart, capable students who have learning differences such as dyslexia, ADHD, dysgraphia, and more.
Our students have to work harder than most because of obstacles they've encountered in traditional classrooms. As you know, the last couple years have been really challenging for all of us. But Edison students have had to overcome challenges their entire lives. Edison has programs and support systems to meet the needs of students with those learning differences. We have built into our curriculum unique structures to help better support our students' needs.
And today, we hope you feel inspired to help us continue to break down those barriers for students with learning differences. And speaking of inspiration, I am so excited to announce today's $25,800 challenge gift from a group of anonymous donors who have joined together and will match all gifts at that $500 level up to $25,800. And you can make a donation at any point during the program by visiting the link on your screen.
For the next half hour, we're going to share more about Edison and our built-in support systems through the voices of our teachers, students, and a few of our parents. Two distinctive programs at Edison that create extra support for students with LDs are the array of accommodations we offer each student and our 8th period program. 8th period is offered at the end of the school day for students who need extra time with teachers in whose classes they may be struggling or who just need a little extra help in particular subjects. Let's meet one of our students, Suchitra, and hear from a couple teachers to learn more about those amazing accommodations.
My name is Suchitra Garaki. I am a junior at Edison High School. Okay, take one. Okay, let's restart. Okay. I am a senior at Edison High School, and my learning differences are ADHD and dyslexia. My favorite hobbies are watching old movies and TV shows. And when I mean old movies and TV shows, I mean like The Golden Girls and Murder, She Wrote and I Love Lucy. I did not get diagnosed until I was in first grade that we found out that I had ADHD and dyslexia. Having dyslexia and ADHD has really impacted my learning. Before, I wasn't proud of who I was at all. I didn't even know what was going on at that time. Now it's something that I'm not ashamed to talk about. It's just another aspect of who I am, and it doesn't define who I am.
At Edison High School, students are allowed to come and learn, but in a mode that allows them to have a relationship with their teachers. So number one accommodation for our students is student-to-teacher ratio, I think, so that they can really get to know each other and their teachers. Students have a chance to have as extended time or as much time as they want on any tests or assignments generally. They're allowed to email their teachers and ask teachers if they are allowed an extension sometimes on projects, which helps relieve some anxiety for a lot of our students that have had to live within a boundary of time that doesn't ever work for them. So that's a huge accommodation for our students. I think that having the ability to scribe assignments, using our iPads and digital methods to get their ideas down on paper instead of having to write for a lot of our dysgraphic students. And then in our classes, we're really open to let students get up, move around, go take breaks, get water, go down to the bathroom if they need to in class so that they can just get their brain moving the way that they need to and come back and settle into class and be ready to learn.
So one of the special things that Edison offers is something called 8th period. And 8th period is a time where students are able to come and get really individualized supports from their teachers from the different classes. Often students who have grades that are dropping a little bit, they're able to come to that 8th period time to get really focused supports to bring those grades up, finish any missing assignments, and also just continue to connect deeper with their instructors.
The teachers have just been so supportive. I mean, they get these kids. How many schools do you know of where kids understand Tourette's? I don't know any of them. You know, if that happened in any other school, the kids would be like, that kid's weird. This school, it's like, you're cool, man, you're cool. 5 minutes until break, we're good. And I know talking to parents, we just all feel like we just won the lottery that our kids got into Edison. We just all are like, like me. Well, am I left kidney or am I right kidney? I just need one. If I donate one, can my kid go to school here? Is that what it takes? Yeah, I'll do anything. What will it take?
It is really amazing to be able to teach with a staff who's all on the same mission for our students, which is to give them an opportunity for success that maybe they didn't have before. So my heart is to reach students who I know are talented, brilliant, intelligent, but who maybe don't feel like that inside, and show them that they actually are really smart and they are really creative and they can learn. They just need a few little things tweaked and then they can be successful too.
The most fantastic thing about this school is everyone wants to see you succeed, and they want to see you succeed and go out into the world after high school knowing that they had a good influence and they helped you grow into this human that you wanted to be.
It's so heartwarming hearing Suchitra talk about going from not really knowing who she was or what her strengths were into growing into the human being she wants to be due to the support of her teachers at Edison.
Yeah, and I'm so happy to hear that Suchitra really gets that all of us on the faculty and staff want her and all of our students to be successful, not just at Edison, but in the world beyond.
No kidding. And in addition to our phenomenal teachers, we simply could not be the remarkable school we are without our generous donors who enable Edison to accept and educate a vibrant student body. Our board and staff are committed to making Edison accessible to all qualified students, regardless of their family's financial circumstances. Mo, did you know that nearly a third of our students receive financial aid? Pretty amazing for a school of 114 students to give out $500,000 in aid each year. Next, we will hear two grateful Edison parents, Marty and Kelly, share about how crucial Edison's financial aid program has been and the impact it made in the life of their family.
I'm Kelly Larkin,
I'm Marty Baker.
and our son Jacob Baker is a junior at Edison. So Jacob as a young child was happy, curious, kind of a wise guy, even.
Yeah, he was always a
as
wise. He was always a bit of a wise guy,
yeah.
even then.
I don't know how to describe that in a toddler, but
Yeah.
he was always a wise guy. Intense, though, and this is not a medical term at all, it's how we describe it, but he kind of shut down overnight, and we had no idea why. Anyway, the very short version of your story is that his pediatrician and the neurologist decided that he had anxiety, like a generalized anxiety, very profound, very severe generalized anxiety disorder. After we were on the track for generalized anxiety disorder, we found a therapeutic nursery.
Yeah.
So he had to be in a therapeutic nursery, and that program really helped us get him and look for and get him the right services when we went back into district for kindergarten.
Yeah, I mean, it helped Jacob, but it also helped us deal with all the issues that he was dealing with. That program saved our lives. And I'm going to say that Edison is the same kind of thing, the same experience we're having at Edison.
The way we came to Edison was we had moved in from the East Coast to Portland in the fall of 2017. Jacob had 2 middle schools within Portland, and they just were not,
Didn't work.
they did not work.
out.
So then we decided that we were just going to go the private school route for high school, and started investigating just online searches. And it was pretty clear that we wanted Jacob here at Edison. And when we talked to him about, he was part of the process all along, and it was clear that to him that he wanted to be at Edison.
I remember that when Kelly came back from the open house, it was like
Oh
the
my
interview,
God.
and she was like,
Crying?
this place.
I
yeah,
was crying,
This
yes.
is the place. This
I
is
was
the place.
crying.
I remember that.
So without financial aid, Jacob would not be here. It would be impossible or near impossible for him to attend Edison. And we're very grateful for that. That has made all the difference. It's made all the difference in Jacob's last few years because he's here at Edison. Everyone's circumstances are different, and people can give in different ways. And all together, we're grateful that it works, because the result for us is our son is here.
Yeah.
And it's working.
And it's working great.
It's working great.
Well, we're certainly happy that Jacob is at Edison. He is one of the sweetest, most considerate, politest members of our student body, maybe on the planet. I just can't imagine our community without him. And I'm so glad that we're able to help students like Jacob be here, thanks to the generous support of our donors, like all of you tuning in today.
That's right, Mo. And thanks to the generosity of our donors, we are able to help many bright young students like Suchitra and Jacob thrive at Edison. I'd like to take a moment to thank a few incredible Edison supporters who have already made significant contributions in support of financial aid for today's brunch. A huge thank you to Doug and Leslie Campbell for your gift of $20,000. Ted and Susan Ferguson for your gift of $10,000. Larry and Joyce Mendelson for your gift of $5,400. Bill Ellis for your gift of $5,000. And Marianne and John Wagner for your gift of $5,000.
Oh, that's incredible. How about a round of applause for those generous donors? I know firsthand what an impact these gifts, along with every dollar raised today, will have on our community. I hope their generosity will inspire everyone watching to make a donation themselves.
And I'm just truly humbled by our generous community of donors.
Well, Mike, you may be feeling humble, but I want to give you a shout out for your support and for being a strong advocate for our students. In fact, a key component of Edison's program is helping our students learn to advocate for themselves. We know the value of self-advocacy, and we actually weave it into our curriculum. Let's hear from another student, Grace, and a couple of teachers to help us understand how Edison incorporates this important life skill.
My name is Grace. I'm a junior at Edison High School. My learning differences are ADHD and dyslexia. I found out that I had dyslexia in 2nd grade. I don't remember that much about it because I was younger, but ever since then I started going to special ed classes, and my teachers would try and understand what I was going through, but they didn't really understand. I had one teacher in 4th grade that would make me sit in front of the class right next to her and copy her notes. And I know she was trying to help, but that was so embarrassing. And then she'd have another teacher come in and teach me in the back of the class, and kids used to like pick on me for it. One kid was like, "Oh, like, wow, you get special training, why don't we?" And I'm like, "'Cause you don't have dyslexia and your brains work different than mine." And it was always hard to like explain dyslexia to other kids because I didn't even really know it myself.
We teach our students that they maybe previously were square pegs in round holes or vice versa. And the success that they can experience in life is really contingent on learning how they learn and how they thrive. Not whether they can learn or thrive, we know that they can, but teaching them to identify what their strengths are and how to apply them. And a large part of that is self-advocacy and knowing how to identify your own deficits and your own, again, strengths, and knowing how to leverage relationships to really thrive and profit.
Advocating took forever to get right. I still have trouble advocating, but I feel like ever since I've come to Edison, I've learned to advocate more.
You might hear about that all the time. Oh, your kids should advocate for themselves. But I say it truly is a muscle that needs to be flexed over time. And that is something that we work on freshman through senior year, preparing them so that by the time they come to their senior year, they're so comfortable approaching their teachers or even their principal, asking questions or advocating for themselves, that they're ready to go out into the world, whether it be to college or to the workplace, and flex that self-advocacy muscle for their own success.
When I think about my life after Edison, I really want to travel and look at the world. So I want to do a job like a flight attendant or a cruise person, just something that pays me to travel so I can get out of Oregon.
As you heard from Grace, learning to speak up for yourself is a skill that needs to be practiced and reinforced. It was clear that she has the self-awareness to recognize her growth and where she needs to keep working. And I'm sure she will continue using that skill to achieve her dream of traveling the world.
Well, maybe I'll practice that skill right after this program and ask for a little raise. In addition to all of the extra support, another unique feature of our curriculum is that we offer American Sign Language as our foreign language. We have two awesome ASL teachers, Fred Stamps and Megan Call. For our students, foreign languages can be exceedingly difficult to learn, especially students with dyslexia or other languaging processing issues. The physical nature of sign language is more conducive for the kinesthetic way a lot of our Edison students' brains are wired. Let's listen to Megan, one of our fantastic ASL teachers.
Hello, my name is Megan Call. I'm the ASL teacher here at Edison High School. I love working at Edison. I love the environment. I think working at Edison is very rewarding. I love teaching sign language, and to be able to teach a language in my own way, student-focused, having fun, playing games is amazing. American Sign Language is a great fit for students here at Edison because it's a visual language, it's a 3D language. There's no writing down. You can watch it, take it in, and kind of produce it in your own way. Yes, at first students are timid. They know other students perhaps are watching them. So I do not force that output of signing. So beginning, it's all story listening with your eyes, and they're watching me sign. Eventually they're, oh, I do have the confidence to sign, and they do sign, and it grows to the second year of taking the language. After taking 2 years of sign language here at Edison, students are able to have basic conversation skills. They're able to introduce themselves, talk about hobbies and colors, and they can learn about deaf community. They know the history of deaf community. They know it's different than hearing culture and our hearing community. And so they can leave and have a sense of, oh, I learned a language.
Yeah, fun. When I hear Megan talk about her class, it makes me want to take ASL. It is such a perfect fit for our students, as Megan said. They get to learn another language, but one that builds on their kinesthetic and hands-on skills rather than one that may present more barriers for them.
That's right, Mo. At Edison, we work to create opportunities for our students to learn their way to find success. Another aspect of Edison that makes us unique is that we offer students the best of both worlds. A small, nurturing, supportive community connected to one of the most reputable comprehensive high schools in the Northwest, Jesuit High School. Our relationship with Jesuit allows our students to enroll in a huge array of courses, compete in 21 different sports, attend dances, participate in top quality theater, choir, and band programs, and join any number of Jesuit's 50-plus clubs. Let's hear from one of our hybrid students, Bennett, and staff members from both schools about how our shared hybrid program creates the best of both worlds for our students who want to experience all that Edison and Jesuit have to offer.
My name is Colleen O'Mahony, and I'm the Director of Learning Support at Jesuit High School. We share a campus in every way, and that means that our students share everything from a cafeteria to clubs, teams, drama, band, school dances, and even classrooms. Our hybrid program means that students who qualify can take 1, 2, or 3 classes at the other school.
So we have this small community of 100 and some students at our campus, and it's cozy and it's comfortable and it's safe. But also, if your student wants to go and take classes at a big comprehensive high school or go to the prom or play in sports teams, we have that at Jesuit.
I'm Bennett Raymond. I am a senior at Jesuit now. I started my first 2 years at Edison, and I took 4 Edison classes and 3 Jesuit classes, and now I take, from transferring from Edison to Jesuit, now I take 5 Jesuit classes and 2 Edison classes. I am the classic example of a hybrid student. I have ADHD, and I therefore can get distracted a little bit. That also brings out a lot of energy in the classroom, which is something that teachers also like, is having a good classroom energy, having a good environment for the other students. So as much as sometimes I can distract students, I can also make them have a good time.
Being a larger school, we just have the opportunity to offer so many more classes. So students can take things in the arts like tech theater and band, and we have lots of advanced math and science classes. The AP sequences, all the advanced math beyond Calc BC, all the advanced language classes, AP history classes, and so many students who come to Edison may have strength in those areas and want to have a more advanced sequence, and that's something that they can pursue through classes at Jesuit.
So if you have dyslexia and you know world history and English are hard for you, Edison is a perfect place for you to take that class. But if you excel in math and science, by all means, let's put you in a class at Jesuit where you can be challenged and they'll meet you exactly where you are. So both schools have exactly what you need to make you feel safe, happy, and successful.
I had a lot of friends go to Jesuit, so I would always like to do the activities that they did. So especially one for football, Edison was totally okay with me going and playing for the Jesuit team, and it's something that clearly I've done for my 4 years here. I've gotten so far 1 offer from a D3 college to go play football. Besides that, I really want to go into journalism, sports journalism, media, all of those, and I think that I would be quite good at it.
Our teachers and coaches love having Edison students in their classes and on their teams because they work hard and they bring an awesome spirit to our community.
Obviously, we caught Bennett on game day. I ran into Coach Potter recently, and here's what he had to say about number 53. Bennett is one of the true leaders on our Jesuit football team. He has worked hard throughout his career, both academically and athletically, to reach his potential. He is a testament to taking the talents God has given us, getting help along the way as needed, and making the best of every situation. He is an inspiration to me, Ken Potter, as his coach.
Bennett's older brother Jackson, class of 2020, was enrolled at Jesuit, but he took classes at Edison all 4 years.
They are truly a hybrid family. Now let's meet Bennett's mom, a dedicated and enthusiastic Edison supporter, Mimi Letnich.
I'm Mimi, and I am Bennett's mom. You know, one of the things about him is he's incredibly resilient. He's an optimist. You're a constant, like, you know, he'll say to us, well, I don't want to let anything that was hard today affect tomorrow, because tomorrow's a new day.
I think something that I've changed with over my 4 years of high school has been, I think I've gotten more mature, and I think I've gotten smarter with the choices I make and some of the decisions that I go with. I tend to look through them a little bit more now.
I think it's been interesting to watch the acceptance that you have of yourself and the strengths that you realize have room to play a part in this world. Unlike you did maybe younger, I think part is distraction, but part is being in an environment that says you get to own your person, and you get to take that forward. And we are so proud of you, so proud of you.
Thanks.
When we walked into Edison, the environment instantly was inviting. It was about come as you are. There were no judgments about, you know, like, what are the things that are wrong that we're going to now fix. It was embracing, it's like the symbiosis between this environment, these individual children, and the teaching staff, and everybody that's supporting in the office. Each one of the people that are here are beating to their own drum. They're expressing themselves in their own ways. And the kids feel it immediately. We felt it immediately. It wasn't about, you know, the social stigmas about, you know, how are you carrying yourself and what do you look like and what did you, that freedom is liberating. You know, this is the kind of environment, this is the kind of ecosystem that I want to be part of, that I want people to embrace me. Start with, I trust you, I believe in you, and you will succeed, versus prove it. And that is something that I can't explain, is something society needs. I mean, kids, this is an important time for them, but we all yearn for that. There's too much about what, the moment we come into this world, we are asked to conform. You're instantly, you know, put into these categories. And what Edison does is say, you know what, they all matter. Whatever it is that you love most matters. I feel so fortunate that our boys have benefited from Edison's individual investment in them. And I also am fortunate that my husband and I are in a place that we can support them. But can you imagine not being able to do that? Can you imagine having to sit back and just pray that it's all gonna work out? I'm asking each one of you to please give to all those families that are sitting there with their children, that are trying to figure out what they're gonna do. We have the power to do it. We have the power to make a difference for those kids, for this community, for Oregon. I mean, we're all here for a reason. And you know, the thing right now is I'm through a screen because I love to be in a room and, you know, like, let's go, let's make this, let's raise some money, right? And I can be right next to you, but right now we're a screen away. And it's easy to watch and not actually perform. Intention, empathy is great, but you have to translate it. It's critical. We need you, please. I'm asking, please, will you give to the financial aid program here at Edison? Whatever you can give matters. And
we will together help more kids in the years to come to flourish and to go back out into this world and share with people that they can all come as they are.
Mimi got me choked up, and I've been part of Edison for a long time.
Incredible. Mimi is so passionate about supporting Edison's financial aid program, in which the average financial aid package this year is $15,000. I hope she's inspired all of you to feel the same and make a gift today. And to do so, please follow the link on the bottom of your screen and donate now.
We've heard some incredible stories today, and we are grateful for each and every gift, regardless of the amount. Whether you can give $1,000 or $100, every single dollar matters. I personally donate every year because I see firsthand how bright and capable our students are, and I know what an impact your contributions make. Your donations benefit students like Suchitra, Jacob, Bennett, and Grace, and so many others. And they help make Edison the vibrant community that it is.
Well, thank you for your generosity each and every year, not only financially, but also all the time and dedication you give to all of our students every day.
You are more than welcome, Mike. I love my job, and I love our students.
Speaking of our students, we want to give a big shout out to all of them today watching from campus.
Hi, guys!
I also want to give a big shout out to everyone watching here today. Thank you so much. The gifts are rolling in, and we really appreciate all of your continued support. Don't forget about our Anonymous Challenge gift today either. Every gift at that $500 level is going to be matched dollar per dollar.
You'll be glad to know that we've recorded today's program. It will be made available online later today, so please share it with your friends and families who weren't able to tune in this morning.
On behalf of Edison High School faculty and staff, our board of directors, and especially our amazing students and families who benefit from financial aid, we thank you for joining us and supporting us today. And we look forward to seeing you in person sometime real soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.